This is my very new, very shiny looking Canyon Ultimate CF SLX, and although I have ridden the bike a little bit, it is still in immaculate condition, and I want to keep it looking that way, so I'm going to show you how to apply protective wax onto the frame and fork of your bike to make sure it stays in tip-top condition and fends off light scratches. Right, no need to faff here. This is a pretty simple job and can be done in less than 30 minutes using something like this, which is a spray-on protective wax. There's loads of different options out there. This one is from Silka, who are one of our channel sponsors, but there's bike-specific products and there's automotive products, which are gonna allow you to get pretty much the same results and give you loads of different options to choose from. This one is infused with graphene to build an invisible barrier that repels dirt, mud, and grime. It's a premium product with a premium price tag, so save it for your best bike. Before even starting this job, the first thing you're going to want to do is make sure your bike is thoroughly clean. My bike's pretty much brand new, so that's pretty easy for me. But make sure to give your bike the best bike wash you've ever done, and then we'll prep the frame further on later down the line. In order to do this job, you are going to need, of course, your spray wax of choice. You're going to need 2 brand new fresh clean cloths. You're going to need some disc brake cleaner or isopropyl alcohol, and in order to remove some of the components on your bike to make life easier, you're going to probably need some hex wrenches and Torx keys. These are going to be crucial to allow you to remove certain components off of your bike to improve the access that you've got, and also remove components that you categorically do not want to get any waxes or surface treatments onto. So things like the tires, the brake pads, the disc rotors, and if you've got rim brakes, the rims as well, because that will not end well. I also find that removing the chain and the crank is really helpful too, to allow you to gain better access to some of the difficult to reach areas. So we're going to do that in a second. And then also, you've got a choice here whether you use alcohol or a disc brake cleaner to wipe down and prep all of the frame once you have removed these components. In my experience, using an IPA or alcohol is the best option rather than disc brake cleaner, because some of those disc brake cleaners will leave a residue behind on the paintwork, which is what you don't really want. Right, let's take it all apart, clean it up, and get ready to go. That's everything removed off the bike that I want to remove off the bike. So we just need to go to town, clean in the frame as best as possible. It is physically clean, but we're now doing it with disc brake cleaner to make sure that the new wax coating can get a really good bond onto the paint. Typically, I would rather use an IPA, which is isopropyl alcohol, because I think that does a better job. But my supply of isopropyl alcohol here at GCN Megabase has been depleted, so disc brake cleaner it is. Spray it all over a cloth in a well-ventilated area, and then wipe the frame clean. Can you just open the window for a second? Lovely, thanks. Heartbreak. I've just had devastating news. I found a chip on my new bike. What the hell? I've got literally no idea how that got there, but I do want to cry. Nothing I can do about it now. Should have taken better care of it. Right, I think it looks clean. Once you've got your bike spotlessly clean, you can take your spray wax of choice, read the instructions on the back, follow them, and then it's job done. You can go ride your bike. Jokes, I'm just kidding. Now, most of these spray waxes will have instructions which follow a similar process, which is effectively spray onto a cloth or the item that you want to polish, wipe and buff it all in, leave it for a few minutes to dry, and then take another clean cloth and wipe it all over again. The process is pretty simple. It's just a case of being methodical and making sure you cover all of the areas, including all the little difficult to reach gaps. My advice here would be spray the spray wax onto the cloth and then wipe it onto the bike, rather than try to spray the bike, because you're going to waste the stuff, and generally they're quite expensive products. Disconcerting. Right, so start at the front of the bike basically, work our way around, being really methodical, all the different areas, coat everywhere with your spray wax. This was now the reason why we removed the brake pads, because we haven't got to worry about contaminating them now. Simple. So the reason I said start at the front of the bike, be methodical and work backwards is because having taken maybe best part of 2, 3, 4 minutes to do this job, by the time you finish at the back, the wax that you put on the front and the forks of the bike is going to be dry and ready for you to start cleaning it off again. So if you've got another clean cloth, you can go to town, start wiping and buffing all of the surfaces of the frame again, starting at the front, working at the back, because the time you're there, the stuff at the back we've had long enough to cure. There we go, that's the next bit. Most spray waxes are suitable for different surface finishes on your frame, so gloss, matte or satin, but do bear in mind that most of these spray-on waxes will make matte surfaces have a little bit of a shine to them, so do bear that in mind. Once you have covered the whole frame with your spray wax, allowed it to dry, you can then take a clean cloth and go all the way around the frame, buffing and shining it up to get that really good protective coating done. And then once you've done that, you've got one of 2 options to choose from. If you're a total nerd and loser like me, you'd probably repeat the process again to make sure you've got extra protection on your frame. Or if you're like any normal person, you'll go, cool, job done, let's put the bike back together and actually go cycling. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm probably going to put a second coat on, but for the interest of making everyone's life easier, let's put the bike back together and show that. So I've run out of parts to fit back onto my bike, which is a good sign because it's looking like a bike that's ready to ride. Now, when you do reassemble your bike, it's important that if you've taken components off that and have to be tightened up to the correct torque setting, that you do so. It's going to vary depending on the bike manufacturer and the components you have, but I would advise doing that. Now, at this stage, your bike is ready to go. The paintwork feels super silky smooth and soft, but normally you need to wait around 24 hours at least for these to cure fully before then getting your bike wet or then washing it. And that is pretty much it. Job done. You are ready to hit the road. It's going to protect your paintwork and it's going to make the job of cleaning your bike that little bit easier next time. I'm keen to hear your thoughts on spray waxes. Have you used them in the past and have you had good or bad results? Let me know in the comment section down below. And if you want to help support what we do, subscribe to GCNTech and turn on your notifications so you don't miss out on our videos in the future. Right, bye.